Well, let me start by just defining mindfulness for your listeners who don't know what it is. I define it as paying attention to our present moment experiences with openness, curiosity, and a willingness to be with that experience.
Hmm.
So it's really about learning how to be in the present moment, not lost in the past, lost in the future. Much of the time, if you were to check in your mind any time of the day, you'd notice you're lost in the past, replaying something. Why did I do that? Why did I say that? Feeling bad. Or you're into the future, planning, obsessing, worrying, going to the worst case scenario. And so mindfulness is this invitation to come back from all these ruminations into this present moment experience. With a camera can take a telephoto lens photo, and it's looking very, you can put on that flower setting on your iPhone or something, you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
like the really tiny little details. Or you can take a regular photo, or you can take a panoramic lens photo. And so
Mm,
our mind can do that. And what I realized as I was working on this over time was that there are different meditation practices that correspond with these different ways of cultivating awareness. And
mm,
they all cultivate awareness, they're just different ways to do it. And so, one of the ways that people practice, and that's probably the most well known, the most common, is to put your focus on your breathing. And you just focus on your breathing, and then your attention wanders away and you bring it back. And you keep doing that over and over. And that is a focused awareness practice. And it's a great way to practice because it, especially for people with ADD whose minds are all over the place, it trains you to come into the moment and to sort of harness that attention that's all over the place.
mm,
But that's not the only way to do it. And also, what I will say is sometimes for people with ADD, a wide open, spacious practice might actually be better because it feels more in sync with how their mind is working.
mm.
So that kind of practice would be more like relaxing and noticing all the many things happening and having sort of a spacious, easeful mind. And one of the ways that I like to think about it is, sometimes when you're out in nature and you just feel like present and connected and completely here. That's this quality of this far end of the spectrum I call the natural awareness quality, right? And
Hmm.
so we can meditate in that way. And then I skipped over the whole middle, but there are ways that we can meditate to get more in touch with our emotions and be mindful of our emotions and our thoughts and our body sensations. And so the spectrum just increases our capacity to meditate aligned with the way awareness works.